Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. Gene Team here, a quarter of it at least. Today I'm going to do a review of the game called Anthem. I've been playing a lot. I have reached end game. Have one character, it's 490, the Interceptor, and working on the Ranger. He's almost 470 as you can see in the video. And I'll show you my Interceptor is right here. So yeah, 488. I think it's 490 if I had some of the legendaries, but that doesn't go with the build I was trying to do. The game has been getting a lot of bad publicity, bad reviews. I know a lot of people on YouTube I've seen have been giving it bad reviews. I don't know if it's just because of the EA being the publisher or what, but I've never really played much of EA games. Didn't play Mass Effect. Wasn't in the whole Star Wars shooter game, whatever that was called. Haven't played Battlefield since like Battlefield 2 and then Battlefield Bad Company 2. So haven't been playing very many EA games. So that really burned me like they've burned other gamers, I guess. But this game, it has its flaws. There's bugs. Of course, these days seems like every game comes out in beta status. But the gameplay, I can't knock any of the gameplay. The gameplay is awesome. That's really what attracts me and a lot of my friends and other gamers I know. The gameplay and just being able to fly around in a javelin, the movements and just everything you can do with these is it's pretty much, I don't know if they could change it to make it any better. I think it's as good as it is going to get. And then the scenery and just the world in general that they created is another good thing about the game. It's to me one of its greatest features. So the gameplay and then the scenery. So another thing I've liked so far is that the devs seem to be answering a lot of questions and keeping in touch with customers and us gamers. I'm waiting to see how that goes as time goes on. Like I said, there's some bugs. Like I still get the sound bug, which isn't a big deal to me. Might be a big deal to some other people. I've seen some people been bashing because you're doing the same thing over and over at end game, which, if you didn't know, this is a looter shooter, which is pretty much like Destiny, Warframe. I kind of compare this to Diablo. It's just a gear grind. Like you're grinding for the best gear to do the hardest level of the game, which is Grandmaster 3, which I haven't done personally myself. I've done 1 and 2. So to give it a bad review, because you have to grind gear at endgame over and over. Maybe you didn't do your homework before you bought the game, or maybe you didn't play the game. I don't know, but yeah, that's what the game is. So if that's not something you're interested in, don't buy it. And that's another thing. If you're playing this on PC or you're thinking about playing it on PC, don't buy the game for $60. Go get Premier status for $15 a month. And if you don't like it, just cancel your Premier status after $15. Like, there's a ton more games in there that you could play for the month if you're not into this for $15 a month. Like, I thought it was a great deal, and that's why I did it. I didn't pay $60. I paid the 15, and then I might buy it depending on how the outcome goes over the next few months of this game. But right now, I love it. Like I have an ungodly amount of time into this game. Probably more than I should. I know it's 100+ hours easily. But yeah, but endgame has 3 dungeons right now, or strongholds. Your group is made up of 4 javelins, so Interceptor, interceptor right here, or the ranger that you saw in the beginning of the video, which is right here. The Colossus, which is your tank, I guess. Which they made a big change with him. Now he can hold his shield while he's rezzing other javelins for down, which is a good thing. So he's more like a real tank. And then Storm, which is kind of like your mage. Yeah, Storm, which is your mage. Which is Interceptor's your melee. Ranger's kind of like a touch of everything, except for he's not. You know, you can make him kind of tanky, I guess, but he does a lot of good like blast damage and stuff like that. So he's pretty cool. But yeah, I just thought I would do a review on the game. I really like it. I don't see why people are bashing it so much. I've seen many people who bash the game and haven't even played it or barely played it at all. To say that it's repetitive, I don't know. You can go into free play, which just lets you fly around the world, and you're going to be doing all kinds of things. So if that gets boring to you, then maybe gaming period isn't for you. Like, I don't know. I do strongholds all the time. There's missions that you can do. They're like daily missions. Like there's like normal, and then there's like legendary missions each day. Free play, which like I said, just lets you fly around, and you can run into missions. You can do harvesting for crafting materials, find loot boxes. What else was there? There's something else. I thought there was another. I'm forgetting something. There is. And the loading screens were a big issue in the beginning. They've gotten faster. I still haven't switched over to SSD. I'm still on my 7200 hard drive. So yeah, but it's a lot faster. So you have missions, free play, the strongholds, aka your dungeons, all the quick play. Quick play is just like for you to help out other people. So it's quick play and then start and you'll go right. Helping some of the others' missions or whatever they're doing. So there, you got those. Free play lets you go into the world, and if there's any events going on, or you'll just run into events or other missions and stuff like that. They gave us the 90-day roadmap, which they're implementing guilds or clans. I don't remember what they're calling them, which I thought was going to be part of the game from the launch. So I was a little, I wasn't upset. Just I don't know. Just I guess I thought they were coming out during the release, but hey, it's supposed to come out next month, so that'll be good. That'll probably be easier for grouping up with people that you know and stuff like that, because the Origins friends list it needs work to say the least. But I haven't had that big of a problem. I know other people have had problems with it, but it seems to work for me. I've been playing since early release, and I haven't ran into as many bugs as other people have on their daily basis. Like the daily bug I run into is the sound bug, which I just have to restart. Anthem isn't a big deal for me. What else? Yeah, the 90-day roadmap. They showed that their first raid, which I think they're calling Cataclysms, which I'm not sure how they're going to work. They're calling them raids, but I'm not sure if that's just you're in a 4-man group again, and it's just out in the free play open world, and you're doing them. Not 100% sure. That's another thing about this game is that I think they're working so hard in getting the bugs fixed and getting new content ready, because they have a pretty, to me, a pretty high speed, like 90-day content release that they're trying to promise. And that will determine if I keep playing or not, because you need more content at this point if you've been playing as much as I have. Granted, I still need to do strongholds or missions to get better gear with better stats on them, but that's not a big problem really. It just takes time with any looter shooter type game. But yeah, I don't know. I keep seeing people talking about EA dropping BioWare. I saw somebody else complain that the story in this game lacks. It, I don't know. I, like I said, I've not been a big BioWare EA fan. I don't think I've played any BioWare games since I didn't play Mass Effect, which I've been told I should play because it's really good. I haven't played, man, since the original Star Wars games. I think that was BioWare, right? Knights of the Old Republic. Um, oh, I did play that Dragon Origins game or whatever. I can't remember what it's called now. Kind of was like a Skyrim type game. That wasn't too bad. But yeah, I haven't. I don't know. People said Bioware, this isn't up to their storytelling, but I thought the story was fine. I mean, it's a looter shooter. This game isn't about the story. It's about getting to the end game and just grinding the gear. Like that's what the game is. So if the story was a problem, like it still took me uh, about 20 hours to do the story. And that's I talked to everybody that I could talk to. Like so, I thought that was decent for a looter shooter. That's a lot better than some other looter shooters that I've played in the past. But yeah. So I don't know. I just think a lot of people are trolling on YouTube, or they're in an echo chamber. They haven't tried the game out, or they're just repeating what other people have been saying. Uh, I guess I understand if you don't like EA or Bioware, but I've never had a problem with them. Like I said, I haven't played those games that people have been complaining about in the past that they've been burned on or something. I don't know. I guess that Star Wars game was a big thing, and what else was a big thing lately? Some people didn't like the Battlefield 5, which I've heard mixed reviews on that too. But yeah, I love the game. If you're thinking about giving it a try, especially if you're thinking about playing on PC, uh, try out that Premier status that they're offering for $15 a month. I think that's perfect to try the game out with at this time. Um, okay, and let me see. So next month, I think they're releasing guilds, and then the following month, I think April. I think April they're releasing the first raids. Um, but they have a bunch of events going on for next month too. Yeah, there's like that's another thing this game's gonna have a bunch of like live events. So depending on how those live events go, if they're really like good, I guess we'll keep this game going. Um, I don't know. I'm assuming there's a lot of people playing. I've never had a problem with queuing. It queues right up within seconds, sometimes faster than that. But hey, check it out. If you don't like it, you spent $15, and if you can't afford, if money's an issue, then don't do it. Like, if you don't want to spend the money, just don't do it. It's easy as that. Like, I don't know what to tell you. But I love the game. I know a lot of people love the game, and when I say people I personally know or I've followed or have talked to, um, and a lot of them are like diehard looter shooter fans. So this is right up their alley. And if looter shooter is not up your alley, if you're looking for like more of a Bioware storytelling, I know they're continuing to like. All right, so the main, I guess the main story you could say. I don't even call it the main story. I call it like part one of the main story because the main story is still going on. I think this was just like part one. Um, it's done. Like part one's done. We're waiting on part two, which they said the story's going to be ongoing. Uh, so we'll see what happens. Who knows? I could be not playing it in 3 months, or I could still be playing it a lot. So it would depend. Also, another thing that depends about this game is Division 2 comes out, and depending on how that is, I've heard mixed reviews about that game too. I played Division 1, didn't like it when it first released. I heard it got better, just never went back. Uh, Found other games I was playing or just didn't have time. So I heard Division 2 is just Division 1 with a raid. So we'll see how that raid is, I guess. That was the only thing really missing from the first one I hear that people said. But it's another looter shooter. No, no real story. I mean, we already know the story from Division 1. So if it's going to be just Division 1 continuation, I heard nothing's really changed except for they've kind of expanded on Division 1 with the raid and classes, I think someone said, or some trees and stuff. So we'll see. Could be good, but I'm sure I'll be playing that. I'll do a game review on that. This is a new channel. This is my first game review. So if you liked it, give it a like. If not, just move on. It doesn't matter. But I just gave you my 2 cents on the game. Like I said, check it out if you want. If not, just wait for Division 2. Or other games. There's plenty of other games coming out this year. So save your money. So that's it for me, guys. Till next time. Catch you later.
Wherever I go, wherever I see, I remember